Hey foodies, and welcome back to Cooking with Kiana. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this super simple but delicious grilled chicken breast recipe. Alright, we're going to be using a honey lemon glaze to go on top, and it's going to be so delicious. So let's get started. So here's everything that you're going to be needing for this recipe. You're going to be needing about a tablespoon of olive oil just to drizzle over top of the chicken breast. And this is the seasoning that I'm going to be using for the chicken breast. I'm going to be using 2 teaspoons of all-purpose seasoning, 1.5 teaspoons of paprika, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and 2 teaspoons of herbs de Provence. And if you don't have herbs de Provence, you can always substitute that for some Italian seasoning instead. Alright, so now let's move on to the ingredients that I'm going to be using for the glaze. You're going to need a little bit of sea garlic salt. Season this to taste. Then you're going to need about a half a stick of butter, a tablespoon of honey, 2 teaspoons of lemon pepper seasoning. Make sure you get a good one that does not taste too lemony. And then I have 3 cloves of garlic, and I went ahead and used the grater for that. Do not use minced garlic. And then I have about 1 tablespoon of parsley. You can use fresh parsley instead. And this is the chicken that I decided to use today. We're going to be using some skinless and boneless chicken breast. Now you can use the skin and bone-in chicken breast. I just decided to go the healthy route. So make sure your chicken is freshly washed. Go ahead and pat that dry. Then I'm going to add a generous amount of olive oil. Make sure you rub that in very well. Make sure you flip that over. Rub both sides. Then after we're done rubbing that down, we're going to start seasoning our chicken. So now I'm just going to go ahead and take that season that I mentioned early. Just go ahead and mix that all together. That way we can apply all that seasoning evenly throughout. But before I apply the seasoning, I'm just going to add a little bit of garlic salt to the chicken. Not a lot, just a little bit. Just season this to taste. And of course, you know we got to flip that over and season that other side as well. And don't worry guys, this is not going to be salty because the seasonings that we use are not salty at all. It's just a lot of herbs going on. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and add that seasoning. And we're going to use all of the seasoning for this. And of course, you want to make sure you season front and back. Now, if you guys don't like seasoning like that, don't use all of it. Just lose a little bit. But we already know it's my channel and I like my food to be oh so flavorful. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to season up our food how we like it. Alright, so once you're done adding your seasonings, you want to go in with your hands and just rub that seasoning in. Now go ahead and let that chicken marinate for at least 2 hours so it can absorb some of those flavors. And once we are done, we can start grilling. Alright, so now I'm going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil in my pan. Let that get smoky. And then we're going to add in our chickens. And we're going to let these cook on medium to high heat. And the key to getting those nice grill marks is to just let it sit, don't touch it. So let it cook on each side for 6 minutes. As you can see, I was flipping mine a little bit too much, but I still managed to get the grill marks, but they could have been a little bit better. So now that we're finally done grilling our chicken, we can get started on the honey lemon butter sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and add a half a stick of butter to my skillet as well as the grated garlic. Let that saute for a minute. Then I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of lemon pepper seasoning as well as a little bit of garlic salt and 2 teaspoons of dry parsley. If you have fresh parsley, use that instead. Go ahead and give everything a good stir. Then I'm going to add a tablespoon of honey, and we're just going to let that simmer for about maybe a minute or two. Not too long because you don't want to burn the bottom. So now that we are done, go ahead and brush that sauce over your chicken. I don't know why, but I don't have that footage. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. It's super easy to make. Tastes great cut up in salads or on Alfredo pasta. The chicken is super juicy and moist in the inside, and it has that nice grilled crust on the outside. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.